I don't
Certain
like
things
rat
in dishwasher
salad.
I'm not gonna put in the dishwasher.
You like, this person's ugly.
I'm really mad about my hands. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We back with another episode of the Mike Mic Podcast. Come on, let's cheer it up, kids. Oh, yeah. You know what, man? I had to bring y'all a special. So we got some special people on here today, man. And this is a very special episode, man. We got some super fans. All right, man. So we got to cheer it up for the super fans, man. All right. All these dudes are true to it, not new to it. Okay. These ain't no bandwagoners right here. All right, so I gotta give them their respect right away. I'm just gonna tell y'all this right now. I don't like none of y'all teams. I'm gonna be honest with you, but I respect all y'all. All right, I see the hustle. All right, so let me introduce these guys real quick, man. Oh, to the right of me, man, we got Dallas Cowboy Chris Lee, man. Come on, let's cheer it up for Dallas Cowboy Chris.
So, what's happening, Big Mike? What's happening, baby?
What's happening, man? How you feeling today, man?
Say, man, the voice is struggling, but I'm here, man, to rep my boys. Hey,
You heard?
hey, like I tell everybody. I'm living the life of the 300. That's all I'm doing, baby.
That's all you doing, baby. That's all you doing. And then let's go to the bottom of him, man. I mean, I think this is the number one Washington Commanders fan right now. We got to give it up to him right now. Hey, this is my cousin Steven Raleigh, Captain Boyd. How you feeling, cuz?
Hey, better than Chris's voice at this point. I gotta tell you, just as bad as his voice is, that's how the Cowboys gonna be this year. Bad.
It's bad. Hey, I agree with you on that one, cuz. I agree with you on that one. We gotta agree with that one. All right, then to the left of him, man. Hey, this is Lee. I'm not saying go Pats, all right, but Lee. Hey, we two young super fans here, man. But I had to bring Lee on here because he does rep them Pats hard. Let's cheer it up for Lee.
It's go Pats or nothing, man. Go Pats or nothing.
Hey, I feel you. I feel you. Hey, bro, they ain't going nowhere no time soon. Let me tell you that now.
Go Pats or nothing.
I'm just gonna let you know that right now, Levi. That train has stopped. All right, it stopped 2-3 years ago. All right, it ain't going nowhere, bro.
At the beach, all right.
Just enjoy the archives, brother. That's all I'm gonna tell you, bro. Go back and look at them old highlights because it ain't no new ones.
It's go Pats or nothing.
No time soon. All right, man. So, hey, I got my guys on here, man. These are guys that I highly respect. I just want to tell y'all that now, man. I've seen it, man. I've watched Chris. Me and Chris only met about a couple weeks ago, but I've been watching his videos, and I could tell, bro. He is dedicated to this thing, man. And I watch cuz I've been watching you for years now, man. I've been watching you, and I respect everything y'all been doing. Y'all go hard. I mean, I appreciate everything y'all do because now I'm looking like, man, I need to bring my fanhood up. I gotta do more. I gotta go to more games. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get more gear. You know, I ain't got enough gear. Now, you know what I'm saying? So I want to bring y'all on here to ask y'all a couple questions. And we gonna start with Chris, man. I wanted to ask you, how did you become a Cowboy fan?
Oh man, this is easy. You know, I'm an old head. I'm 54 years old. So excuse me, growing up, you know, it's only one TV in the house. Daddy a Cowboy fan. Okay. So at the church on Sunday, we sitting around watching the Cowboys. So my daddy wouldn't even go to work if the Cowboys lost. So I took the same energy to school. You know, I ain't want to sit around. I ain't want to play with nobody. The Cowboys lost, man. So I'm 54 years old, so I consider myself a Cowboy fan for 54 years. So if anybody say you ain't seen all five, I have. Okay,
seen all five.
Yeah, I seen them. So it's just easy. It was in the family. So my son, Rally Captain, is a Commander fan. Okay, you can't raise them all right. You can't. You know, sometimes they stray away, and you gotta let them live their own life. So, hey, man,
you gotta let them live their own life.
Hey, he's a good father. He go to work every day. Hey, he just got one flaw. He's a damn Commander fan.
He's a Commander fan.
So, hey, but I still love my son. You know, and quick rally captain. I took him to the DMV to the Cowboy game, and I warned him. I say, look here, bro. I say, this ain't a Redskin home game. This is a Cowboy home game. He said, no, it's not. He saw all the Cowboy fans in the parking lot. He still didn't believe me. We go into the RFK to the east. They call it FedEx. So we go into FedEx, and he saw all that blue, and he was like, well, damn. I said, yes, because you are in America's capital and this is our hometown. So this is what we do. And I had to let him know. I said, you got an opportunity now to leave and come back home with me the right way, or you can stay here and rep that bull. And he decided to stay.
That's hilarious. All right, how'd you become a Washington Commanders fan?
Well, I got to set the record straight first off. You know, I'm a Redskin fan. Okay, let's set the record straight.
I didn't want to. Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is the name has changed, so I am a Commander now. I became a Redskin fan, and forgive me if it offends anybody that may be listening by using that word, but we talking about history, so you can't not put that in there. So I became a Redskin fan in '88. You know, I'm from the Lou, so growing up, I was a St. Louis Cardinals fan. Ain't no ifs, ands, buts about it. With Jim Hart, you know, Otis Anderson, old school them. I was a St. Louis Cardinals fan, but you know, my pops was in the military, so we moved around, and I think it was out living in Atlanta. I could not become a St. Louis Rams fan. I just couldn't do it. And once the Cardinals went to Phoenix, I couldn't do that either. So Doug Williams won the Super Bowl, and first black person to win the Super Bowl, and so I said, you know what? That's my squad from here on out. So getting back to, that's how I became a fan. And your son, Chris, made the right decision. You just don't know it just yet. He made the right decision. Now, let me say this also, getting back to what you said about FedEx Field. The reason why there are so many Cowboy fans at FedEx Field is because, let's face it, for 24 years, we had our fans did not like our owner and was not going to support him. So we was giving tickets away. So I wouldn't blame y'all for coming and invading FedEx Field. However, we got new ownership now, and that's just not going to happen this year or points beyond.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'll let him introduce Lee because I got like 1,000 things to say after that, but I'll wait.
Hey, cuz, I got to ask you a question. Did you know you went viral? Did you know that?
Did I went viral? Yeah, I know I went viral for We Are Commanders. Hey, let me tell you. So there's a backstory behind that, right? So I had I do a lot of interviews with the news stations and stuff like that. So I had to be up on 222. That's when we turned our name over from Washington football team to Commanders. So I had to do an interview with Channel 4 News, and I was up at like 5 o'clock in the morning for this interview for the morning drive. And I've been at FedEx Field since, like I said, 5 in the morning, and they were waiting to unveil a name. So we had a couple of people that were in line, and so it was a joke. And news crew happened to be filming when I said that, and it went viral. It was a joke amongst the people that had been in line all that time. It was Now remember, it's February, and it's February in the DMV, and it's cold. So we were just trying to do something to pass the time, and what do you know? The news crew saw that, filmed it, and now it is what it is. I can't go nowhere. I'd be in the airport. We are Commanders. You know what I say? Exactly.
We put that in our group chat, and they still think it today, bro. We put it in the group chat, and we are Commanders.
Hey, man, you talking to a legend right now.
Oh, hey, you a legend. All publicity is good publicity.
That's what my agent tells me.
All publicity is good publicity. All right, hey Lee. All right, let me ask you, man. How did you become a Pats fan, man?
Crazy though, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm from New Orleans, man. Born and raised in New Orleans, man. I grew up there, so my whole family is Saints fans. I've never been a Saints fan at all. I mean, like as the home team, I support them because it's the home team, but I never been a Saints fan. Mm-hmm. So like I'm not a big dog, fan like Chris and and Rally Cap, because they old heads, so they kind of like up there, like
trying to get there, man.
Yeah, so I start. I mean, like, okay, so like in '97, the Pats played the Packers in the Super Bowl, right? So I'm a young, I do, like with not much money, you know what I'm saying? So Mama actually had got tickets to that game, to the bowl in New Orleans, that Pats game, you know what I'm saying? So and then I went to that game, you know what I'm saying? I was like 7 years old, I went to that game, and like it was a fun time. The Pats lost that game, you know what I'm saying? against the Packers, but like as a 7-year-old, kind of going to a bowl game at that age, it was kind of an experience, and really I became a fan based on just like the team colors, like what I'm saying, like they had a good uniform, so I was just like a kid, just enjoying a good game, what I'm saying. So ever since then, I just started following them more, and Googling and learning all kind, about the team, and like really, like it really just stuck in from that, from that point in time, so I started learning more about them, and whenever it would play, what I'm saying, I try to watch it, but like it didn't really play much in the South, what I'm saying, like in New Orleans, like it didn't really broadcast that many past games in the South, so but
Right.
But since then, like I get on, I get computers and I just learn about them and read about them, and then I just kind of just got stuck with it since then. But when I was finally able to go and comprehend football, to like an intelligent level, then like I watch them more, I try, I find ways to go ahead and watch games more. I was like more in tune. I get more gear, I was tuned in, of course, and like when Brady and Belichick got there, then it kind of it got interesting because it became more of a winning team and a winning franchise, so like it really got better from there. So ever since then, I just been watching the Pats, like it's been all Pats, go Pats or nothing, what I'm saying? So yeah, that's my backstory.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate all that because I wanted to hear the origins of how y'all became super fans. All right, so that's good to know. All right, so I have to ask, especially Dallas Cowboy Chris here, man, and Rally Captain, y'all have had a lot of history, in y'all teams. Who is your all-time? Well, some of the history is bad history. All right, it's been a lot of good history, a lot of bad history for both of y'all teams. But who is your all-time favorite player in your franchise history? I would love to know that.
Me, because I'm an old head, is Harvey Martin, co-MVP of the Super Bowl with Randy White. After Harvey, it would probably be Danny White, quarterback. A lot of people don't give Danny a little love, but before Tony Romo did it, Danny White was the all-time leading passer for the Cowboys. He just ran against them Niners, and back in the late 80s, and that's why he never got to the Super Bowl. So to me, Harvey Martin and Danny White.
All right, cuz Rally Captain, man, who's your favorite all time?
Well, I got like Chris, I got a couple, and Doug Williams check marks because he is the first brother to win a Super Bowl. Behind him, I got to go with Darryl Green, and behind Darryl Green, I'm gonna go with Sean Taylor. R.I.P. 21.
That's my son's favorite player all time.
Gotta be Sean Taylor. Like I know,
Sean Taylor.
Levi,
I was in there.
I really don't want to ask you. I really don't want to ask you, but go ahead and say it. Go ahead and say it.
Go blue. Go blue.
Man, it's only one name, man. That's like associated with the Patriots, man. I ain't even gonna say it. You know already, though, man. I ain't even gonna say it, man.
I already said it for you. I ain't
gonna say mine.
It's the GOAT, man.
I got a couple of them. I mean, 99 is my favorite all time. But I love Marshall Faulk back then. I like
Aaron Donald
as well. Yeah, 99 is the best Ram by far. Ever all time. He's taken that mantle a couple years ago. So yeah, that was easy for me. All right, so I'm
Bruce.
as far as my time, I watched Isaac Bruce, but I was a young buck when Isaac Bruce and them was doing their thing. In my time period, it's more Aaron Donald. He's been in the league since 2014, and ever since then, I mean, his first season he had double-digit sacks, I believe. So I mean, the dude's just been killing. I mean, he could easily go down as number 2 or number 1 defensive player all time. So I mean,
I agree.
That's why I got to go with 99. Got to go with 99. All right. So I'm gonna ask you guys some separate questions here. I'm gonna ask you first, Chris. Can Dak get it done?
Boom, 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 boom.
All right. I got a question for you. Back, I'm gonna be a politician, Mike. I'm gonna come back with you.
Hold on. No
how you gonna ask a question with a question?
Hey, ain't that how politicians do? I'm gonna ask a question with a question.
Okay.
So, Mike, when you talk to the other 31 teams other than Kansas City, can your quarterback did, but after that, has he done much? Right? Okay. This is this national narrative that Dak can't get it done, right? Well, when Dak first started rocking, we had no D at all, okay? And then last year when we lost, people forget that our explosive player on offense, Tony Pollard, got hurt in the Niner game. So it went downhill from there. But everybody wanted to talk about Dak threw 15 interceptions. Well, 2 years ago, he threw 13. So what's the difference between 13 and 15?
Two more.
Did nobody bring up he had interceptions then? But hey man, it's like this. I'm a Dak believer. I'm always gonna support my quarterback. Everybody don't like him. It's always an excuse why the people don't like him. But it's only one excuse. It's because he was that star. If Dak played for Jacksonville or Miami or even the Commanders who wish they had him, they would be in love with him. So, hey, hold on, Lee. And if he was at the Patriots right now, you'd love him.
No,
yes, you would.
I would accept
him. You can't, Lee, you cannot say that. You would love him. Okay?
I would accept him.
No.
You would accept him.
I like winners.
I'll take that, Lee. You would accept him.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you would accept him now, why you want to accept him? Because he a Cowboy quarterback.
Because he don't show up in big games.
It's not a matter of that he threw interceptions. It's when he throws those interceptions, and that's all I'll say about that.
And when he can't throw touchdowns, because he did not throw one in that NFC division game against San Francisco. I mean, you gotta at least throw a touchdown.
Okay, so this is how I feel about that. So we judge a man's career off of 2 games.
No, we judge his last 7 years off 2 playoff wins.
Overall performances.
So that's what I just said. I say so we judging Dak's whole career off of 2 games, right?
Yeah, that's when it matters.
Oh, okay. So I just wanted to make sure I'm clear about it. So we judging a man's career off of 2 games, right? All right, so I'm gonna go back to this. I don't know if y'all rally Captain, you'll know. So is Dan Fouts a Hall of Famer?
Dan Fouts, yeah.
Okay.
Should be.
Why is he a Hall of Famer?
Because of his football career and his numbers that he puts up. Dak will be a Hall of Famer. He will be. But what we're saying, Kirk Cousins can be a Hall of Famer as well.
I know about that because.
Well, Kirk Cousins, if you look at numbers, Kirk Cousins has crazy numbers. He just does. He does.
Well, this is the reason I brought it up, okay? He's a Hall of Fame quarterback. He never went to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Never. Okay? So, Dan Marino went to one.
I think Dak is going to the Hall of Fame.
No, what I'm saying is y'all judging him off of 2 games in his short career. I'm naming off Hall of Fame players who never even went to the dang Super Bowl. So how y'all gonna judge this man off his short career off of 2 games?
Chris, I would say Dan Fouts is a 6-time Pro Bowler. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So like that, so like that alone, what kind of grant him a Hall of Fame stature though? I don't think Dak is of that caliber.
But Lee, we don't know yet. We don't know.
Thing, Chris,
his career ain't over.
Joe Burrow has only played 3 years, and I think he got more playoff wins than Dak Prescott already does.
And the point to that is, you think Burrow's team was better than Dak's team?
I believe that Dak has had good teams that could get to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
I really do. I just feel like Dak has come short. I really do. When it comes down to it, when it's time to perform, I feel like he's come short.
When he's had an all-star squad, and this is no hate, it is all love. It really is, and I can say that. When he's had an all-star squad, he just didn't live up to his potential. He didn't.
And that's what I think.
I see that. I agree. I mean, like in 19, Dak kind of peaked. He kind of peaked, and I thought Dak was gonna get league MVP. He was on pace, to have 40 touchdowns. He got hurt, whatnot. And then after that, he kind of went back down. So I was like, is he consistent, or is it more the team success, or is it more of him just not being able to rise up to the challenge of win in the playoffs? You know what I'm saying?
And because we got a question for you. I don't know. That's funny. When did he throw them? Rally or elaborate?
When did he throw the interceptions?
Always late in the game.
I think he's saying interceptions. He really didn't reiterate what he was kind of talking about. When did he throw them? I think he's talking about interceptions though.
He throw them when it counts, late in the game. Coming back, play from behind.
Exactly, man. I mean, come on now. I can't give you the exact dates and times and all that type of stuff. But what we know is overall, and once again, I'm not hating. I'm just stating the facts. Overall, when he needed it, he didn't get it done. Right. And so because of that, it makes him look bad. Now, we're not talking about his supporting cast maybe didn't catch some balls that he threw on time, didn't do it, but it looks like the quarterback is the one at the end of the day that everybody looks at. And like this last time he was in the playoffs and he tried to run the ball and he had 5 seconds left or something. I can't, like I said, I don't remember. It makes him look bad as a quarterback. It just does. So before anybody goes in on me because of the whole rivalry type of thing, I'm not hating on him. I'm just telling you what the eye sees.
Right.
That's all.
So, So Cap, does Dak call his own plays?
Does he call his own play?
The coach.
No, I would like to believe that he doesn't call his own plays. I would like to believe that, but who knows what happens in that situation? Did the coach call that play or did he call it?
It was insane. It was the same play.
It was the coach called that.
The coach called that play. Okay.
Trying to be cute and get into a range where they can do a Hail Mary, but they didn't have enough time. And then of course, you're gonna blame Dak for that situation.
And that's what I said, because he's the quarterback.
Yeah,
but if Dak said, wait a minute, time out, y'all. The call came from the sideline. Did I run this play? But he can't do that. He can't put the coach on the line like that. But in a sense, who's on the line? He is. Dak is on the line because he's the quarterback. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So what you're telling me, Chris, is something new that I never even thought about. I just thought that, hey, you know what? We got to scramble to the line and get this play out. Maybe he had 2 plays already called. I'm assuming he did, but it just doesn't look good. That's all I'm saying.
I understand that. Now, look, I am a Dak apologist because I keep going back to the simple thing. The man's career is not over.
It's not.
All Cowboy fans, when soon as Tony Romo retired, he was the greatest quarterback of all time of Cowboy history. But when he was there, they dogged him every second. He can't get it done. Okay,
like Romo.
So before Troy Aikman was winning Super Bowls, oh man, this is a bad #1 pick. Oh man, he can't complete enough passes. He ain't accurate enough. But he won Super Bowls because he had a super team. I mean, if you put Troy Aikman numbers against Tony Romo or Dak Prescott, both of them were better. But when he have a Hall of Fame running back, hey, and this is another thing. Everybody say Emmitt Smith had the best offensive line in the history of the NFL. Name me one of them that's in the Hall of Fame. Name me one of the offensive linemen that Emmitt Smith had that's in the Hall of Fame. Because if you say that, shouldn't all 5 of them be in the Hall of Fame?
Well, wasn't it Eric Williams? I think Eric Williams should have been in the Hall of Fame, but he got hurt.
Eric Williams should be there too, and they should be there, and Steph Nasty should be there. Not one of them even mentioned. Okay, so hey, you a Redskin fan? Your Hogs ain't 2 of your Hogs in the Hall of Fame.
Exactly, and I was gonna bring that up.
So Riggins wasn't the greatest running back of all time, but he had these big highlights, and they
I don't know. Crank up that diesel. You bring it back memory. Crank up that diesel, baby.
And all of a sudden they the Hogs, and they got a fancy name, and then all of a sudden they the greatest lineup of all time. But hey. So that's another thing. It's my pet peeve. Hey, Emmett wouldn't have been so great if he didn't have that Hall of Fame offensive lineman. It ain't none of them in the Hall of Fame.
Now, I'll tell you this, Cowboy Chris. All right. I mean, I feel like Dak is holding you back. And you know what? I hope Dak is your quarterback for the next 20 years because I don't feel like he's ever going to get it done.
Mike, you ain't got to act like that, Mike. I'm a guest on your show, and you invited me on this show to be
Let Derek keep signing them checks for Dak and keep him on your team as long as possible. Because he is holding you back, brother. I'm letting you know that now. If you
I agree.
Rodgers right now, I think y'all get to the Super Bowl. I do. Because I like your supporting cast. I like your defense. They young. They hungry. It's just that Dak Prescott, he can't get it done. I don't know if he just throwing the ball a second late. I don't know what it is. He timid. I don't know what it is, but he just can't get it done to me. I feel like when he plays the top 10 defenses, he looks like a totally different quarterback than what he do when he playing some trash team like Atlanta or something like that.
Or the Commanders or something like that.
Don't like them up for 350, 400 yards and 4 touchdowns. But when he play the San Fran's in the top 10 defenses, he can't do it. He can't get in the ball. I don't understand what it is. I just seen that the last 7 years, and I don't think it's gonna change now. He is,
Chris. I got that dig, Chris. But I'm gonna tell you something. You as good as your last time you played, and the last time he played the Commanders, I do believe that a rookie beat your squad.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna leave it right there. So go ahead, Chris.
Oh yeah, you are correct. You know,
All right.
I like when you bring up the last game of the season that it really didn't matter if we won the game or not. So it was like
It didn't matter.
It's like a fifth preseason game, but you know, hey, Sam Howell, he did what he had to do. He got y'all a better draft pick for you, and I'm happy for y'all, bro. You know, it is what it is. Like I said, I ain't got no problem with these Commander fans. You know,
you ain't got no problem with it.
I ain't got no problem.
You ain't got no problem at all.
I have none. No,
and I have none with the Cowboys fans. Let me tell you about Sam Howell. Sam Howell got me my DraftKings winning season overall pick, so I needed that. So kudos to Sam Howell.
And you're welcome.
Hey, I gotta ask you a question first, because I gotta ask you two questions. When's the last time you missed a game?
Who's that to?
Yes, you. Rally.
Well, that's to me. I haven't missed a game since 2014, home or away.
2014, home or away. Hey, man, I got cheered up for that, man.
Yeah.
That's dedication. That's dedication. So I had to ask you this one, cuz can you win the division with this team?
Gee, you know, right now, to be honest with you, our offensive line is suspect. And you know as well as I do that you need offensive line to get things done. I think that our defense is going to help our offense tremendously. But until we can figure out what we're doing with this offensive line, we'll be contenders, but I don't think we'll win the East. I don't, to be honest with you. And I'm not going to be a homer and say, yeah, we're going to do it. I'm just not going to be that dude. So I'll say that we'll be close depending on how Eric Bieniemy figures out what he has in his offensive line. So that's best I can tell you, cuz.
Give me your rankings. Give me your rankings of what you think the NFC East will be this year.
Oh, wow. Gee.
I'm listening.
I think well, here I'm going to give it to you, Chris, and I'm gonna give it to you, and it burns my soul to be able to say this, but if we're being honest, I'm gonna say Cowboys first. I'm gonna say that. All right, just because of everything that y'all have, there's no reason why you shouldn't be. Okay, you shouldn't be. You should be first. You should be first. Second is gonna be the Eagles. Third, Commanders. Fourth, Giants.
Okay. Wow. So you think the Giants come in last, and then the Eagles take a step back?
A step back, I do.
Wow.
And
now, hear me out. Now, if I want to go the homer side of things, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say that the Commanders gonna be first because y'all don't know what our offense has just yet. It reminds me, if we're gonna talk true, right? It reminds me of 2012 when RG3 came in the league. Now, I'm not saying Sam Howell's RG3, but follow where I'm going with this. Right. No one knew what RG3 had. They knew him as a rookie. I mean, coming out of Baylor, but Shanahan's in preseason ran a straight up vanilla game plan. We went to New Orleans under that new offense and knocked New Orleans off. I see that same thing kind of happening here. It's lining up to be that same way. RG3 did not have a good line as well, but he got it done with his legs. Yeah, Chris, you could attest to that, Chris. So I think that Eric Bieniemy is going to bring out a new offense that we aren't used to from the Commanders, and there's not going to be a lot of tape on it. And because of that, we're going to shock some people. Are we going to win every game? No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying that we're gonna where people think that we are going to lose, we're going to win. And so I honestly see us splitting with all NFC East teams. Nobody's going to sweep. I don't see that.
Okay. I can see that. It's a very competitive division. So I can easily see that as well. I mean, all four of those teams could easily go to the playoffs if you ask me. I mean, I like New York. I think New York is really going to be a sleeper. I think their defense, them in the trenches, they've got Waiting better, if you ask me. I like their offensive line, and I like their defensive line now. So we'll just see what New York does. I just don't know if Daniel Jones is going to be able to get it done, but I do like what New York got in the trenches right now. All right, so Levi, I'm going to ask you this one, man. Is Mac Jones on the clock?
On the clock? I don't think so, man. I mean, like, okay. So when Mac got a so-called bench, right, and then Bez ever came in and he played and he had a good game, this and that. People started, like that locker room was kind of really like divided, right? You know what I'm saying? So like everybody's saying, that Mac job is on the line and stuff like that. Though I think last year Mac job was set up in a bad way possible, right? Because we had Joe Judge and Matty P calling the shots. That's two different coaches calling our offensive plays. Two coaches that's not even offensive minded coaches. Matty P is a defensive coordinator. You know what I'm saying? And Joe Judge, like, he knew what the heck he was doing though. So I think to get a second year guy like Mac Jones, that kind of on OC was a bad idea. It was an experiment that didn't work, and it set us up for failure though. So to say that Mac is on the clock and that he got to perform, I mean, this year should be better though, because we got Billy O.B. You know what I'm saying, we got Billy O'Brien, and that's a guy who knows that New England system, down to a T, and like he's really kind of part of Tom Brady's success, and like him and Bill Belichick, like it's real close friends though. So far in camp right now, Mac been looking good. Mac been looking better. He looks comfortable. He looks confident though. So I don't think he's really on the clock as far as his job being on the line. Now Bill Zabit is a good backup. Like he can't manage the game though. But only thing I can see about Mac is he plays too timid to where he don't want to throw the ball downfield, and Bill Zabit will. You know what I'm saying? So, but I think to set up a young quarterback in this league right now, he needs a number one receiver. Like, I know like every team in this league has a number one guy. We got the Commanders. They got Terry McLaurin. Cowboys got CD Lamb. Rams, Cooper Kupp. The Patriots don't have a number one receiver, and you can't name them. I mean, we got Juju Smith-Schuster. We got Devontae Parker, but those are not true number one guys that that a QB like Mac Jones could throw to whenever he needs to, So I think it's more of the personnel around Mac that's really going to kind of determine his success. You know what I'm saying? And Belichick right now, like, he's in a mode where like he kind of wants to play like like the old school way, a check down, scream here and there, but like, and not go downfield. And this league is getting faster, they get more athletic. So I think like, in order for Mac to kind of be successful right now, he needs that number one guy. He needs that coaching and a number one guy, and then like it'll be fine this year.
Then you can really give a real evaluation when he gets a number one. I get what you're saying. What you're saying. So the next question I'm gonna ask all you guys. I need you guys to give me the biggest strength of your team this year and your biggest weakness that you think in your team this year. So we'll start with Cowboy Chris. What you think is your biggest strength and your biggest weakness of the Cowboys?
Dak Prescott.
That's your biggest strength or weakness?
Both.
Strength.
That's tough.
Hey,
that's tough.
Hey, I'm gonna rep my
tough.
boy.
You gonna
rep my boy to the end.
I don't know what your weakness is if Dak Prescott is your strength.
That's
my
tough.
kicker is our weakness. We don't have a kicker, so
that's tough.
So
Wow.
everybody was expecting me to say defense and Michael Parsons. We all know what Michael gonna do. Okay, we know what he gonna do. As the Commanders, they know. So
Ask
they already know, and you should ask the Commanders about Dak Prescott too, because they know. So hey man, hey Mike, I'm not trying to be funny. Yes, I am. I'm trying to be funny. I'll be entertaining. When I come on podcast, I just don't want to be the boring, typical Cowboy fan.
Right. You gotta bring it. This is the Mike Podcast. This is what we do. Yes, sir.
But I'm also a loyal guy too. Okay. So it's all three of y'all already told me why he can't do it, and I'm telling you why he is going to do it.
Okay, so I gotta ask you this one too, Cowboy Chris. How far do you go this year then?
How far do we go?
How far do you go? And I don't want to hear as far as Dak take us. No, give me something that is solid and concrete. Give me how far you go.
Yeah, because it's a tape program, so you can go back and say, "Hey, man, that Cowboy Chris, he said this. I want y'all to look at this. Hold on, watch him fix his lips because his ass can't talk right now. So let me tell you what he said again, and then you gonna put the caption underneath.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna hear what you
No,
Cowboy Chris.
I will answer your question.
Cowboy Chris.
In my personal opinion, okay, I think we will play the Niners in the NFC Championship game this year.
And that's where the road ends is against the Niners. And
we don't know. we don't know, Mike. Mike, hey, Mike, ever since you won the Super Bowl, I don't think y'all went past one win. Y'all did.
Don't matter.
Oh, y'all may have beat Arizona or somebody. Oh, y'all, I forgot y'all may have played Denver. I don't know who y'all played.
Do y'all remember what a Lombardi looked like?
Yeah, we got 5 of them. We can look at them.
No. They
hold on, Mike.
They look shiner now.
Mike, you can't get rid of. It's just like somebody say, "Hey, Mike, I'm taking that trophy away from you." You're like, "Ain't no way. We won the joint." So it ain't a strike. I'm sorry, rally captain. So we gonna try to do better.
See. I was trying to keep quiet, let you do your thing, but it's all good. It's all good. Is it my turn to say what my strength and weaknesses are?
Your turn, rally captain.
I've already said it. Actually, I think our defense is going to be the strength, and my offensive line is my weakness right now. That's just how it is. Our offensive line is going to be just as weak as Chris's voice is right now. I'm just saying.
It's pretty weak.
James told you, Cowboy Chris. He said, "Cowboy Chris, go see a doctor."
Hey James, I'm headed there, baby. I'm headed. Appreciate
more water.
Appreciate you looking out for me.
Hey, because I was gonna ask you, you don't think it's your wide receiver core? I love Scary Terry, man. I love Scary Terry. I love Jahan Dodson. I like both of them, man.
As our strength?
Yeah, I like your wide receiver core.
So do I. I actually do. I'm telling you, bro. No matter. You got to have somebody blocking for you, man. Yeah. And right now, I just don't know what Eric Bieniemy is going to be able to do to put Sam Howell in the best position to get the ball to them. That's what I'm unaware of right now. And maybe we can come back after the Commanders play the Rams, and I'll be able to tell you that.
Yeah. Hey. I'm not gonna say
because I will be there, and I'm gonna have to give you a shout out when I get to your stadium.
Yeah, give me a shout out. You know what? I might see you out there. Don't be surprised. I might actually see you out there because we are going to a couple games, so I might actually see you out there. I'm not really looking for it because, like you, man, this year it's a lot of uncertainties. Okay, I mean we got a young line, so I need to see what's going on with that. Cooper Kupp is hurt. He's in and out the lineup. It's just like I don't really know. In that defense, when I'm looking at it, besides Aaron Donald, I don't know who none of these dudes are. And I'm just being honest, man. We ain't lost about 9 starters this year. So it's like I feel like we don't rebuild, we reload, okay? And we gotta reload, okay? But we got some cap space coming next year, and I'm not gonna even talk. I don't have a lot of confidence this year. I'm still gonna rep them Rams till I die. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Chris,
I don't have the confidence right now. It's like a dude that don't have a haircut. As soon as I get the haircut, man, I'm gonna be confident again. But I ain't got no haircut right now, so I'm just gonna shut up, okay? I'm gonna shut up. I ain't gonna say what I really want to say. But when I get the haircut, I'm coming back outside.
Chris, I'm gonna see y'all at Cowboy Stadium though, man. October on the 1st, man. I'm gonna see y'all too. I'm gonna be there at that game.
Chris, I will be at the Cowboy Stadium too.
I'm gonna see y'all.
Be there.
Hey, all 3 of y'all are Americans, and I understand y'all are going to be in America's stadium and enjoying America's team.
Do you really think you are America's team anymore? I'm just asking.
Anymore? Okay.
You have to win to be America's team. In America, we are winners.
I got a question for you. I got a question for you.
It makes sense though.
You might be the Patriots now a little bit more than you got.
Are the Steelers the steel curtain? Is the Raiders the still Raider Nation?
No, none of them are to me.
So not since they moved.
So when you get a nickname, okay,
they still produce steel in Pittsburgh. I don't know about wins in Dallas.
Yeah, America's team.
So basically, what you're saying is nicknames have an expiration.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
You ain't playing like it. I can't call you that.
As we know on this panel, we the most hated and the most loved team in America. So why aren't we America's team? When Captain is in FedEx, he see America's team all in there, and none of those people are from Texas. They from DMV.
I've already explained it. That is not true. Okay, that is not true. There are a lot of people that I know for a fact come up from Dallas to Virginia, as well as there are a lot of people from Virginia who go to Dallas for the game. So, because I'm a travel agent, I can look, I can show you my numbers. So, come on now.
I'm gonna prove you wrong. Let me tell you why. Because I'm in the stadium. I'm in FedEx. Got my Emmitt Smith jersey on. Monday Night Football. Of course, we kicking your ass like we always do. So we there, and this white dude tell me, say, sit down, 22. You ain't even from Texas. So I've had to pull out my ID. I said, I flew up for the game, and we still gonna whip your ass, bitch. So look, hey, this is what we do. So, hey, he is known to have people at Cowboy games from the DMV with Cowboy stuff on. He is the first time he ever met somebody from Texas at the game. So I proved you wrong again.
Wait a minute. Now, I can tell you this also. We got Commanders fans in Dallas, just like y'all got, I can't even say the name, in the DMV. So what's your point? We everywhere. Fans are everywhere. Fans are everywhere. All right?
I proved it.
Just because you guys won does not mean that you got fans. We got fans. Let me tell you something. It's really opposite. It really is. We have a lot of fans, Commander fans in Dallas, as well as I will give you, Chris. We have a lot of Cowboy fans in the DMV. That's true. No doubt about it. I'd say it's 50-50. Same as Commander fans in Dallas that there are up here in DC area.
Well, I live here. I only know 3. One of them is my son. And, I said, man, it ain't always good to be in a minority. But, hey, if you say they're here, I live here every day.
They there. Get out more.
You feel like
Get out more.
God is funny, man. He made your son a Commanders fan. That is crazy.
You know how he became a Commander fan? Let me tell you how he became a Commander fan. Video games. And he was playing a video game. And, he was on this mode where they pick random teams. So the Redskins came up. So his favorite player on there was Chris Cooley. Tight end.
Number 47, yeah.
So when he said that, he think I think I like the Redskins. I said, look, I don't care who you cheer for. I say, but if it's your team for life. Okay. We don't jump ship. We don't bandwagon. We don't be a Cardinal fan one day and then a Commander fan the next day. You got to be one or the other, right? So he decided, another jab at Cap. I'm sorry. I told him.
Hey, watch this, Matrix. It went right by me. It didn't even feel nothing. Go ahead. Keep going, Chris.
So he decided he was going to be a Commander fan, and that's all it was. Hey, like I say, he go to work every day. He take care of his family. So who cares?
That's all that matters.
You know what, Cowboy Chris, man? I got to give it to you. For calling them America's team, okay? That was back in the 90s. I'm not going to have it on this show, man. Y'all are not America's team anymore. All right?
You invited me on the show, Mike, so I'm going to represent.
I'm just saying, man, I don't like the America's team stuff, man, because I'm part of America, and that's not my team, man.
It is your team.
Hey, it is your team. It's not.
Hey, wasn't Trump your president?
Hey, Trump wasn't my president. I ain't got nothing to do that. I ain't got nothing
to do that. You lived in America.
Whoa. When does this become a political show? Let's get off of that. Because we're going to drop that like the Cowboys, like that drop. Anyway, go ahead.
All right. Levi, strength and weakness of the Patriots. What is it?
Man, our strength it's gonna be our defense hands down. Like, man, we got 2 solid corners, man. We got a good line now. Our weakness is gonna be our receiving core. Like I told you already, man. Like, every team got a good receiving core. Like, they got true number 1 right now. And right now, we don't know who Mac Jones' favorite target is. We don't know, like who he gonna be throwing the ball to, really, though, because guys can't stay healthy as well, though. So our weakness is gonna be our core, with our defense being our best strength and keep us in a game and not getting us blown out. You know what I'm saying? So
cool. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna ask y'all this too.
Go Pats.
All right. I think I kind of know the answer for the NFC East, but Cowboy Chris, toughest opponent this year in the division. Toughest opponent.
In the division is or currently no, and Cap, no disrespect. But no, I'm not trying. What I'm saying, I'm not saying they not the toughest, but it's going to be the Eagles, and the reason why is because right now we're battling for 1 or 2. Now, I'm not sleeping on them Commanders. Okay, with all them number 1 picks on defense, okay, That's why he's saying this is strength, and it is true. So if they defense ball out, they got the number one pick back. What's his name? Chase.
Chase Young.
Yeah.
You know, who's a beast. I respect that gangster. Okay, he's a beast. So if they get their offensive line together, then they could be there. I was really cheering for all 4 teams making the playoffs because I was excited for the East being good again. So when Philly, when the Commanders and the Giants are good, it ain't nothing like it, bro. It's nothing like it. It's nothing like it. So that's why I say I ain't got no problem with the Commanders. You know, we just ribbing back and forth because we in the same division.
Oh yeah,
that's all. That's all.
But hey, I think right now it's the Eagles just because they had that participation trophy in the Super Bowl and everything else. You know, hey, we're gonna see. And that's shots at Eagle fans if they watching. Yeah, they like to remind me they went to the Super Bowl.
They lost. They lost.
Hey,
They trash.
I appreciate that participation trophy. So
Yes.
cool.
They lost. They trash.
Well, Chris, before you say the Eagles, remember now, I'm not sure if you've seen the latest injury report, but they just lost. I want to say one of their linebackers. He out for the season. So you can't say that right now because things are gonna shake up like they always do. And if Sam Howell is who I think he is, like you said, watch out for us, Commanders. Watch out for us.
Commanders. We are Commanders.
I hate that name. I hate that name.
You know what? Let me tell you something. That's something else that bothers me, right? We can be called the Washington Pixie Sticks. I don't care. Just win ball games. I'm not gonna trip on something that I have no control over, bruh. I have no control over the name, and people are crying and mad, and this, that, and the other. And don't get me wrong, I get it. Like I told you, Redskins to the heart. However, the name has changed. So in life, you got to be able to adapt and adjust on the fly. You got to be able to do it.
Hey, cuz you know how many people talked about this logo to me, man? You know how many people talked about this logo and it's trash, it's generic, it's horrible. I don't care. As long as we win, it could be. I don't care if we was the turds. For all I care, as long as we win in games, that's all that matters, man. You get them W's. That's it.
Yep.
I don't care what the logo look like. You can have the best jersey and be 0-17. Does it matter? No, it doesn't.
No.
Wins, and that's all that matters to me.
It was saying the Rams logo like a croissant.
Yeah, they said it look like croissant. I don't care.
with butter.
Say, man, I'm cheering for the LA Turds. I mean, I really believe. He said,
that's a good one. That's a good one. Hey, mama. Hey, mama. She talk about them Saints. Hey, mama, a Saints fan.
hey, mama, can I have some crawfish etouffee? All right.
Yeah. So what was he talking about? I don't even know which one I was. Your strength and weak. You said it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's go on to the next one, man. All right. So Cowboy Chris, man, I got to ask you this one too, man. All right.
Cowboy Chris is funny. Name.
CC. Go ahead, CC.
Cowboy Chris. Are you ready for Jerry to go?
No.
That's the first time I heard that.
And this is why I say this. Okay. Mike, I can't tell you how to run your podcast. Right. I can't tell him how to run his organization. But what I do know is when it comes down to getting players and needing it and paying them. Right now, we got this thing with Zach Martin. I tell every Cowboy fan, Jerry Jones ain't not a fool. He's not a fool.
Oh, he businessman.
So when you got a Hall of Famer on your team right now, believe me, he gonna be there week 1. But I like Jerry's passion, even though sometimes it could be misguided. We all know that. But I can't make him do nothing.
Is my cover
that like I say, like you said, you had no control over like Cap said, he had no control over the name change of his team. You had no control over the croissant. You had none of that, but it is what it is. So I like Jerry. Jerry did give me 3 Super Bowls. Jerry Jones had that famous comment. Did you like those 3 Super Bowls? I bet you did.
But what have you done for me?
You did very, very much. Okay. And I did. So it's always everybody want to be a TLC song. Everybody can't. Okay. So it don't matter, man. Jerry owns this franchise. Until the day he died, he gonna run it his way. As Al Davis and them Raider fans, he did the same thing. So it really, hey, just like Cap, he couldn't wait to get rid of his owner. He feel better now, right? So
and I was gonna ask
the
Cap
difference is Jerry Jones made his organization a family thing. His sons there, his daughters are there. So Jerry ain't going nowhere as long as his family's there. So, hey, I'm not one of them, hey, let's get rid of Jerry. Hey, it's Jerry's team. So hey, let's rock.
And I was gonna ask Cap this too. I mean, what do you feel about the new ownership?
So far, I love him, man. So far, but in the beginning, everyone loved Daniel Snyder as well. In the beginning, until he ran the fan base into the ground, or the organization to the ground, which made the fan base want to leave. And let me tell you, so in my travels, I would run into people who were season ticket holders or people who were out of towners or who wanted to come see the games, but they said as long as he owns the team, they will never spend another red cent in coming to seeing the Redskins / Commanders Washington football team. He would never see them play. And so as long as he's the owner, and they meant that, bro, which meant that we were the reason why Cowboy Chris could come to the FedEx Fields, because they had plenty of seats. Nobody wanted to come because they didn't want to support the owner. So you saw the fans full of Cowboys fans because Commanders fans who lived here said, I'm not spending no money on this cat. I'm just not going to do it. And it's not a knock against the Cowboys, by the way, but that's why you saw so many people in the stands, Cowboys, because they were pretty much buy one, get one free. Who wouldn't come to a doggone stadium like that? Come on, man.
So you're saying that the environment and everything is going to change this year?
Oh, it's already changed. Right now, I got a lot of people who are in ticket sales, friends of mine who are in ticket sales, and we have tripled, almost quadrupled the number of season tickets that we have had throughout the years. And they were just waiting for Snyder to be ousted. They just were. It's like a black cloud has been lifted over the organization. And in our training camp, let's just say, for instance, in training camp, we may have had in years past, this is hypothetical, but just feel where I'm going with this. We may have had like 1,000 people. Now they've got 8,000 people. Wow. So coming to training camp. So it's a huge difference. And everybody can relate to this. When you start winning, everybody wants to come on board. They want to come back now. The team that's right down the road from us, 35 miles, is the Baltimore Ravens. I don't know how many Skins fans or Commanders fans switched over to the purple. But now we got our first little preseason win underneath our belt, and more people are trying to come back. And I personally said, I don't want you. Because if you ain't there when times get tough, don't come back when they're rosy. Yep. And that's what it's basically boiling down to. You're gonna see and hear a difference from the national pundits when they talk about Commanders team as well as the fans are concerned.
Man, I'm telling you, man, one thing I hate is a fair weather bandwagon fan. So I totally agree with you, man. If you ain't with me in them bad times, you can't be with me in them good times. That's how I look at it when it comes to fans, man.
But I will give him a pass with Daniel Snyder.
Okay.
So not because we were losing, but because of Daniel Snyder. I'll give him a pass because of that.
Dan Snyder was bad. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It was time for him to go. I mean, hey, you have you met any of them, Magic or any of them yet?
Not yet, but I met Daniel. Now here's the weird thing. Me and Dan were cool. That's the thing about it. Me and Dan were cool. I look forward to meeting Rails, Harris, and Magic, and it's only a matter of time. I'm going to meet them. You know what I'm saying? It's just a matter of time. But right now, it's just too new, Right. But best believe they know who the captain is.
Okay. All right. All right. So I got a couple. These are the last questions because we coming up here on an hour. I want to get you guys out of here and let you guys enjoy your Sunday. But I have to ask Cowboy Chris this one. Please answer this question correctly, Cowboy Chris. Did Dez catch it?
Yes. Oh. Because, hey, think about it. When the NFL come back and say he caught it, okay? They went back and literally changed the rules of the game again. But We know, but it still didn't matter because hell, Green Bay still had 2 minutes left on the clock, and we ain't stopped Aaron Rodgers yet. So
that is the Cowboy killer.
You know what? I'm be honest though, man. I hate the Cowboys completely. Yeah. But Dez caught that ball. He caught that ball, and I was happy when it happened. And they said they didn't catch it. But in all truth though, he caught that ball, man. And the Cowboys got robbed of a touchdown.
What year was that? What year was that Dez cut that ball? Was that 2014?
13, 14. Yeah, you probably got right.
Right. That championship. I don't know why y'all get so mad like y'all really was gonna beat the Seahawks anyway. I really don't. When it comes to the Cowboy, that's why I have to ask this, because everybody brings up this catch. They're still bringing up this catch. It's almost coming up on 10 years now. And Cowboy fans bring up that catch so much like it was going to change history. Like that was going to be their 6th Super Bowl.
Let me tell you why, Mike, because let me tell you why. Early in the season, I think it was like week 7, we destroyed the Seahawks in Seattle, which they never lose in Seattle.
True.
We beat them down.
Yeah, they beat them.
Marco Murray ran all over them, bro. That's why they were so excited about beating Green Bay and going to Seattle, because we had already dusted them. So we had a lot of confidence. But like I say about that game, bro, we still had a lot of time on the clock. And think about it. If we get a 3 and out, we get the ball back. We didn't. Aaron Rodgers went right down the field, scored another touchdown. The game was over anyway. So
and I loved it. Yeah. But hey, cuz I don't want to take over your show, but Chris, I got a question for you, and this is a serious question, if I may. Chris, what is your true take on McCarthy calling the plays?
I thought he should have been calling plays from the beginning, and the reason why is because if he called plays in Green Bay and you win the Super Bowl, why would you hire a head coach and he don't have play calling ability, and you the head coach? I was always upset with that. Now, don't get me wrong. A lot of Cowboy fans hated Kellen Moore. Right. I was indifferent because you got to think about it. At one point, we were the highest scoring offense. Okay. But Kellen Moore was the situational offensive coordinator that we hated, because when you know we should be running, he's throwing. When you know we're supposed to be throwing, he's running. You know, it was the opposite. So that's why a lot of Cowboy fans didn't like him. And that's why eventually they got rid of him, is because in the Niner game, it was some indifferent play calls. And we was like, bro, what are you doing? This ain't what you did all year. Okay. So Mike McCarthy is like this. If I'm going out on my own shield. You see what I'm saying? So Jerry Jones gonna get rid of me. He gonna get rid of me because I call the plays. I'm running this offense like I should have been doing in the beginning.
Okay. I got a question for Chris though too. Yo, Chris. So being in as it may though, right? So you know, like Dak's throwing ability and like Dak's success, like it's on like a good running game, right? So like, are you happy with Tony Pollard taking all of the carries, like first through third?
Can he handle the load?
Yeah. Can he handle that load and Dak still be good in passing and play action, etc. with that running game?
Lee, that's a great question. All last year, man, I was the big leave Zeke as starter guy. Okay. The reason I is because Zeke was an excellent pass protector. Okay. So when Tony was on the field, you always knew he was going to go out for a pattern, and Dak used to get murdered because Zeke was always be back there to protect him. Okay. Well, Tony has improved in pass protection, but Cowboys got a 4-head running back monster, a room now. So he's not going to be every down back, but he will be the starting back. See, because Tony Pollard is electric. Okay?
Yeah, he's fast. He's
so
fast.
When he get the ball, at any time he could take it to the house. You know, ask the Rams. I'm sorry, I don't want to. But anyway, he could take it to the house. Yeah, so I think long as he be consistent on his pass blocking protection, I think we'll have no problem with the great Tony Pollard, Memphis boy.
Also, is Deuce Vaughn making the team?
Oh yeah,
yes.
I like little Mighty Mouse. He's not.
Yes. Hey, a dude on my show, they call him a Pomeranian. I said, man, don't call my boy Pomeranian no more.
He's balling quick though. He's balling quick though. Like, he can
Duke
get
can
in and
ball.
out of.
Duke can ball.
Yeah, he's balling quick though.
All right,
All
then
Lee, I don't know if you saw the highlights from last night, but they showed his highlights. His
quick.
footwork is just ridiculous, man.
Fantastic. And he's
Only body better.
His dad's the coach. I mean,
Yeah, the only body better, and I'm not comparing him to this man, but you know, Barry Sanders had that amazing footwork. Okay, that he can get away from tight spaces. Deuce has that same ability. Now, guys, I'm not calling him Barry Sanders. I'm just saying his footwork is like
Gotcha.
that. Okay.
Like a dance pros.
Yeah, we got you. All right, then. Hey, and Rally Captain down there, man. You guys won your last playoff game in 2000. All right. Is this the year that changes?
I believe it is, providing what Eric Bieniemy is going to be able to do, realizing the weaknesses in our offensive line. The man is a smart offensive coordinator, and do you realize that we have not had an assistant head coach since Joe Gibbs? So we've had all these head coaches that have tried to do this in the third, but now we actually have an offensive coordinator / assistant head coach. And something that you said, CC, I'm going to call you CC from here on out, Cowboy Chris. If Eric Bieniemy is going to go out, he's going to go out calling his play. If that's what's going to happen. So I believe that this will be the year that we will make it back to the playoffs. I cannot tell you how far we're going to go. I'm not even going to try to, but I believe it's a great point for us to at least get into the playoffs.
All right. But playoff win, you don't know.
I don't know.
You don't know. Hey, I'm glad you're honest. All right, I'm glad you're honest.
I'm always going to be honest. But
I really feel like Washington can be a dark horse. I really do. I mean, it all depends on Sam Howell and what Sam Howell does. But I like your running backs. You like to say the offensive line is a little shaky, but that defensive line and that defense, I mean, and Ron Rivera running it, I feel like y'all can.
Don't like Ron Rivera.
Right. I mean, as far as defense, though. That's what I'm saying.
Don't like Ron Rivera, because you know why I don't like Ron Rivera. I'm gonna tell you why I don't like Ron Rivera. The reason why I do not like Ron Rivera is because to me his situational awareness is out of the window. Do you realize that he was the head coach last year, right? He still is the head coach, but we were playing the Cleveland Browns, and they put Carson Wentz back in the game. And when we lost that game, everybody knew Carson Wentz was trash. We lost the game, and the reporter asked him, "Well, why would you put Carson Wentz back in, knowing that the playoffs on the line, and now you guys are out of the playoffs?" That Bama said, "We out of the playoffs? Come on, man! You're supposed to know this as a head coach."
You might be right. You might be.
Come on, man.
Did not know him, so I'm gonna go. Yeah, you might be right on that one.
And the only saving grace between Ron Rivera is Cam Newton. Yep. And out of all the years that he's coached, Cam Newton is the only time that he has done anything as a coach.
All right. Hey. Yeah. So yeah, guys. I mean, we coming up on the hour here, man. I really enjoyed this, man. Really enjoyed talking to you guys, man. Even if I can't stand none of y'all teams, man, I just enjoyed talking to some real fans, man. This was good dialogue. And I appreciate all y'all for coming on. Hey, we're going to end it with some closing remarks. Cowboy Chris, you got anything you want to say? Any shout-outs? Anything? I mean, shout the podcast out, everything, man.
Yeah, man. First of all, I just appreciate you inviting me on your show, man. I like to hang out with other fans, man, and shoot the crap. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's all in love. It's all in fun. All love, baby. It's all love. But hey, man, y'all can follow me on TikTok, Dallas Cowboy Chris on TikTok. You can do it on Thread, the same name on Instagram. Hey, and also you can follow us on Wednesday nights on YouTube, the Dallas Cowboy Huddle.
Definitely
on
check
YouTube
that out
at 7:00.
Definitely check that out.
I follow, but I'm watching it though.
Yeah,
I appreciate that, Lee. I appreciate that.
Hey, what Lee said.
I support, but I ain't watching it.
I appreciate it.
Rather Captain. Hey, any shout outs, anything you want to say before we get on?
Let me say this, for all you fans that like to travel and to away games, feel free to utilize my company, sbevents.net. We are the #1 travel company that offers packages for trips. If you go to my website, you will see that it's commander based, but if you have a team that you want to follow and go someplace, give me a shout. My number's on there, sbevents.net. Also, you can follow me on all social media platforms, Rally Captain, RALLYCAPTAIN. And Another shout out goes to my own DMV Mess Hall podcast with my host Tailgate Ted.
Hey, cuz, ain't you in some type of competition? You ain't want to.
Oh, my bad. I've been nominated for NFL Fan of the Year for the Commanders. So when the judging comes out, please drop me a vote. It'll be under the Rally Cap. I think it starts in October the 9th. So it's a pleasure to be able to say that I have been nominated for Fan of the Year.
Hey, that's big, man. Congratulations. Congratulations.
I got you. Yeah, I just
got you. I got you.
Yeah, I definitely got you on that. I definitely got you. Hey, Lee, you want to shout out anything, say anything before we get off here, man?
Man, shout out to all the real diehard fans, the ones that don't change up when time get hard, man. A toast to y'all, man. To all the real fans, man. Toast to all the real fans. You know what I mean, man? Shout out to any Pats fans, man. Cowboys fans. Well, me, I live in Dallas, so Cowboys fans. Hoping y'all have a terrible season. It's always go Pats, win or lose, man. And I appreciate being on the show, man. Most deaf.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, guys. If you ever in town, I live 5 minutes from AT&T. I got a man cave out in the back, and I'll have all my friends and family. Or if you come in town, come sign my wall. It's like my Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying?
Chris, I'm coming to your house.
So
I'll be there.
I'll be there. Sign the wall, baby. And I appreciate the love, man. Hey, this was amazing. It was fun, man. Anytime y'all want me, the big fellas.
Same.
We bringing you back. We bringing you back, Cowboy Chris, for sure.
Same, definitely for me as well. Before we go, one more thing, and this goes for everybody. I have a trademark saying that it is trademarked, and it can be applied to football as well as life in general. And my trademark saying is, rep it hard or don't rep it at all. And that's from the captain.
That's from the captain, man. Hey, it's official. All right. And then, like always, man, you can follow us on all platforms. We are on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. I think I'm on Twitter now. I'm on Twitch. I'm on everything, man. Follow us at the Mike Mic Pod, man. I appreciate y'all for always tuning in, man. And be on the lookout for more content. And if you don't know, subscribe. That's what I need from you guys today is to subscribe, all right? We want you to actually watch the content, but please share it with somebody else and subscribe. Subscribe. That is the big thing today. I need those subscribers from you guys. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. And like always, see y'all next week.
Go Pats.